What's happening, everybody? My name is Matt. Welcome back to the channel. And folks, I've been sick for a while, so I haven't had a video go up here, but we have a lot of awesome NFTs I wanted to show you guys in today's video. Some Solana projects that have come out pretty recently, I would say, for most of them, and they look really good. I do think we have a lot of increase in activity in the Solana space recently. I think over the past couple of weeks, volume's gone up around 25% total for all NFTs traded. So I think we may be on the cusp of something special, but either way, I want to give you guys some opportunities to enter some NFTs that I think are pretty quality. So if you guys are new, you know what to do. Drop a like, guys, subscribe for more daily NFT videos. Let's get right into it, folks. So the first project that I wanted to show you guys in today's video is going to be something called Wade Friends and Family. So this is sort of one of those lifestyle membership pass kind of things here, and they describe it as the highly limited supply membership pass is a gateway to earn guaranteed access to the most exclusive fashion collab NFTs and goods, along with airdrops for some NFT projects. So right now, out of a 2.1 thousand supply, only 38 listed. That is pretty good. And if we take a look at their Twitter, it kind of ties into real life. They're trying to get involved in some kind of fashion and whatnot, and you can see on their website here, it's pretty well done. It is pretty tasteful, and again, they give you some information here if you look what this really is all about. Free-spirited underground players who don't always play by the rule book, yada yada, giving in some information here about traits and all of that. They have a little YouTube video here demoing everything, but again, just kind of like a lifestyle aesthetic brand. Reminds me a lot of certain Ethereum projects out there, but it looks pretty quality. It does look pretty good, and again, on their Twitter here, it looks like these guys are doing pretty decent. They do have some nice quality graphics and things like that over here, so definitely something you might want to consider if you are into sort of those lifestyle brands. Now, before we do any further, guys, make sure to check out my Patreon, folks, down below in the description. If you guys would like to join my Discord over there, as well as get access to every single time I buy or sell an NFT, tons of whitelist stuff over on the Discord. That's been our main focus for the past month or so, the whitelists and all of that. So definitely go ahead and check that out with the link down below in the description. If you guys are just starting NFTs and have like questions for me and want to ask me all this stuff, you guys can do that. I'm here to help and to build you guys on your journey. So again, you have direct access to me via DMs and a ton of other awesome perks here with the Patreon linked down below in the description, folks. So the next project I wanted to show you guys here is called So Dead, which reminds me very much of like a D-Gods kind of art aesthetic here, which you guys can see pretty clearly, but again, very little listed. Out of a 4.2 thousand supply, only 43 listed. And if we, of course, go to the research mode, which I always do like to do, and we could sort by however long we want, you guys can see that we basically peak here in late September with a floor of around, 40, 35-ish. Then we get a little bit of pullback down to around 25 or so. And then right now it looks as if we are back on the way up with a little bit of headroom on that relative strength index. You guys can see, of course, if we are to mark up this graph, we have a little bit of room on the relative strength index. You guys can see that in the corner of my screen here. So there definitely is some headroom for us to push up if we want to. And again, in terms of listings, they have been going down as of recently. You guys can see. So the price has not changed all that much, yet the listings have gone down pretty dramatically over the past few days here. So we've gone from around 250 listed all the way down to like 60, and that's like really good. That's 1/4 of what the listings were. So again, right now at 43, it's even lower. So definitely looks like we have some potential to get sort of a spike in price as those listings head down. So that's what we want to look for with NFTs in general, guys. We want to try to find projects that have a missing link. There is a factor which hasn't been acted on yet. It's probably the best way to explain that. So when we look at a project like So Dead, which I was just talking about, what we're trying to find is a way to determine that the NFT is undervalued. And the best way to do that is, again, to say, hey, wait a minute, how can we critically analyze the data that we are seeing here? Well, again, if I move it to the left of the screen here so you guys can see a little better, we have a large amount of listings here, in the 250s, and then all of a sudden we head down. And this is probably largely because of some purification. So I guess you stake or purify, whatever you want to do with your vampires. But the point is, the price hasn't changed all that much, yet the listings have gone down dramatically. So this gives us some opportunity, if we were to look at this critically, to see a surge in price, because obviously lower listings, higher price, usually. So that's kind of the trends that I look for in projects like this. And overall, again, it looks like these guys have a pretty quality yet tight-knit base here on their social media. Here is their website, breaking down some of their team members, how it all works, the sacrifice, purify, all this kind of lore relating to the vampire stuff. But again, reminds me a lot of DeGods in a lot of different ways, and I think people probably see that pretty clearly. So definitely might be worth looking at So Dead here on Solana. Now, the next project, guys, I want to show you is called Critters Cult here, which reminds me sort of like an OK Bears type project in terms of the listing to supply ratio, but they talk a little bit about how this is influenced by 80s, 90s aesthetics. And if we see, of course, some of the data here recently, say we go back like 5 hours and sort by this, we peak at some point around 30. And then we head back down to where we are, somewhere around now, around 15, 16, and then peak again at around 30, and then head back down to 15 or 16 again. So I like the fact that we have, hit this trend multiple times. And then, again, listings are pretty steady. I wouldn't say that they are up or down much, but they've maintained, which is, to be expected with certain projects like this. But if we take a look at the Critters Cult Twitter, pretty large community here, gives almost like a Moonbirds kind of vibe as well. So definitely kind of that popular art style, which I do like myself. And then if we take a look at the website, we have, just a lot of info about their kind of lore here. Definitely reminds me of like an old 80s RPG of sorts. It's cool. I like it. Is this the, most sustainable in terms of like staking and ecosystem? Probably not. I don't know much about whether or not this ecosystem is like equipped to handle like a long-term business model, but overall it looks pretty good. And again, it's not super expensive for the amount of volume that they've been getting. So 183,000 volume, that's pretty good in total. That's a pretty good amount of activity. And again, if you were to look at activity, it's consistent. It's not super rapid, but it is consistent. And that is what we are looking for as well. So, every couple hours, there are at least a few sales going down, which does look nice. Now, the final project for the video today, guys, I wanted to show you is something called Rifters Exiles. So this is the first ever MOCE RPG. No idea what that is, but they explain it. Massive online community event role-playing game. Don't know how that's much different than an MMO or whatever that is, but regardless, I'm not much of a gamer these days anymore, so this isn't something I would be playing, but we don't care, do we? We want to find things that are good investments, right? So what I like, again, off the bat, pretty high on the supply side, but definitely lower on the listing side. If we are to take a look at the trends as of recent here with our graph, I always like to look at this and I like to sort by, say, the 5 hour if possible, but we don't have much data because this project is relatively new. But hey, take a look. We have a very, very high amount listed and then a very steady decline in listings. That looks good. That means they did something right. Off the bat, they did something correct after their launch. We have a good deal of people here as well who own a lot. There are a lot of people here who own between 6 and 24 of them, so definitely a good amount of whales per se that are invested, but not too many where they control an obscene amount of the supply. So that's kind of a balance we are trying to strike here in terms of holders. You want to find people that, are not holding a ridiculous amount where they can manipulate the market, but also care enough about the project to be invested in it and care if it goes up or down. Now we take a look at their website here, Rifters.io. Looks to be pretty large from what I can see. And again, we could look at their website here with a little bit of information. I don't know exactly how the game plays or whether or not the game is good, but we have a white paper here with some information kind of breaking it all down, how it all works and stuff. So definitely does look to be pretty good. And ultimately, I do like that low listings for the total supply. So with that being said, folks, thank you guys so much for watching. I truly hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you guys did, you know what to do. Drop a like, subscribe for more daily Solana NFT videos. As always, guys, let me know down below in the description. What do you think about these projects? Are there some that I missed? Did you have some you'd like me to talk about in a future video? Always do let me know. And again, guys, the Patreon is there down below if you would like me and my staff of moderators to help you guys work your way through your NFT journey. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, my name is Matt. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.